All right, guys, I am back in my shop. This is not Florida. This isn't the video that I wanted to make or was expecting to make, but it is part of the story, so here we are. If you've been following me for any amount of time, you know that I'm just a realist and I tell it like it is. Straight cut, no BS, it is what it is, and that's how I roll. I'm probably gonna read off of my phone the whole time, I spent the whole day yesterday writing everything down. Out of respect, I'm not gonna get into the details of why I'm here. We're just gonna call it a strategic retreat. I'm back here for my mental health. I experienced some trauma. Being back here is the safest place to be, to regroup, to regather my thoughts, to process, to be in a safe place. There's lots of people around me that I know and love that are there for me emotionally, mentally, all that stuff. And that is why I'm making this video right now. I'm a huge proponent for mental health, awareness for mental health, working on mental health, rebuilding mental health. It's a ginormous part of my story, and that's what I'm gonna tell you a little bit about today. I'm hoping there's gonna be a lot of men that can resonate with what I say, that can connect with it in some way, that feel some sort of way. As men, we typically don't talk about our feelings as much. 3 o'clock in the morning, if you're watching this video, then maybe it hits you in the feels and you're gonna connect with it. Or you call me a crybaby, you call me soft, sissy, wussy, whatever. I've heard all this stuff. I'm pretty thick-skinned, it's not gonna bother me. You can really call me whatever you want, because I don't care. Let's get into it. I am no stranger to pain. I can give you just a few examples of it. I have almost died numerous times. I have tried committing suicide twice before in my life. Dark times. I've been fired 3 times from companies by things that other people did, not me. That plays with your head. You've been at rock bottom. We've all been at rock bottom. Everybody has a rock bottom. I have been there multiple times. Sometimes it's worse than the time before and you're like, I didn't think I could go any lower. It's rough. I have experienced death quite a lot of heartbreak. On and on and on and on. Everybody's got all of their struggles, lots of struggles. That's part of life. How you deal with those struggles determines what kind of human you are going to be. Are you a high quality person? Are you a low quality person? Do you respond or do you react? Responding, high quality. Reacting, low quality. Which one are you? Oh, and to top it all off, I was one of those kids that was subject to all the ADHD meds. I was pumped on that when I was 15 years old. I was on every single one of them. We tried all of them to see which one would do what and all that stuff. The one that seemed to work for me was the most expensive one. What do you know? So for 15 years, I chemically altered my brain structure, and as a result of that, it made me a more emotional person. I got made a lot of fun of for being more emotional as a man because of all these drugs that I was on, and you're a teenager, you don't know what's going on, you're doing what your parents say, and your parents are doing what the medical system tells you. 15 years later, my brain is messed up, and emotionally, mentally, all that stuff, freaking difficult, man. I've cried during Fast and Furious before. Huh? Not natural. Drag racing, crying, huh? All that is to say that I feel like online I put on this persona of this big badass, hard, tough as nails guy. I wear a weight vest everywhere that I go. I don't share my feelings like this often. That doesn't mean that I don't have feelings, and that doesn't mean that any man in your life doesn't have feelings. It just doesn't come out as much as it does like women do. Women like to talk about their feelings. Men don't. Truth is, men go through some really hard shit. Full stop. Probably harder than anything else. We carry the weight of the world on our shoulders. Whatever our world is, that's just part of how we were built. We were designed like that. The way that our infrastructure inside of our body works, we were designed to carry a lot of stuff. So it does get heavy at times. If there's no outlet for you to talk about any emotional stuff, any mental stuff, that weight gets pretty freaking heavy. I'm just gonna read this part. What's very interesting is the community I find around me when I experience a very intense situation very suddenly. I find myself on the phone with people I respect quite deeply and consider them friends, even though I've never met 99% of them. Real men stand side by side with one another in battle. They encourage each other to make it through the mud. They carry each other back to safety when they get hit in the front lines of combat. Think about that. Real men stand side by side with one another. I experienced a traumatic event. Every guy that I called was willing to listen. They didn't even have to say anything. I just needed to talk to someone, to tell someone what was going on. 2 of those guys that I called, I talked to them 1 time before, but we talked about mental health, and I just had this feeling of, yeah, this guy is a safe place. I can trust him with my words. He's not sitting on the phone on the other side going, oh, this guy's a little bitch, like he should man up, just suck it up. No. The high quality people, just your persona of being a high quality person, it sits up here. In times of intensity, that's when the true character is shown. Back to reading. I think I have this structured. So, shortly after I experienced this traumatic event, while in a foreign country, not knowing anyone close to me and not having any family around, I found myself leaning on my brothers I've come to love and respect from my online community. It almost seems weird to say I've never met most of these people in person, only ever been phone calls, LinkedIn messages, and liking and the writing and actions that we see of each other do on Instagram and LinkedIn. You become like who you surround yourself with. Think the algorithms on your social media stuff is completely random? No, it's not. Start liking positive stuff. Start liking people that put out a positive message, people that like kindness, people that are empathetic, but also manly, also all this stuff. I subscribe to stuff blowing up because that's cool. I subscribe to gun stuff because I like guns. I think shooting guns is cool. But I also subscribe to people that promote kindness, that promote business, that promote being a healthy person, being a dad, being a family guy. You become like those you surround yourself with. And if you're on the internet all day long, who you're surrounded by is the feed that you're taking in, the stuff that you're watching all the time. That affects your brain. You might not think that it is. You might just think, oh, that's cool. Not true. It is affecting your brain subconsciously. You're not thinking about it. Think about that. You're subconsciously feeding your brain stuff. Are you feeding it good stuff or are you feeding it trash? So, like I said before, many people throughout my whole life have told me to stop being a crybaby, don't talk about my emotions, or I'm more emotional than the average guy. And like, there's even been guys that have been like, oh, I don't want to offend you, but just know that you're more emotional than the typical guy. And I'm like, okay, it doesn't offend me, but it sticks in the back of my mind of, oh, should I not say anything right now because I'm feeling a feeling that's pretty intense? I haven't caved to that idea yet. I've stayed strong in the more you talk about the way that you feel, the stronger that you're gonna be. Now, if I feel feelings more so than other people do, okay, that's just how God built me and that's how I'm built. So be it. I'm not gonna change who I'm built so that other people go, oh yeah, that guy's more manly. It doesn't make any sense. Now, I'm not saying to be a crybaby on Instagram. You don't need to go spread all your problems all over the place. That is not what I'm saying. But you do want a close circle of friends that you can confide in. You can tell them the worst of you and you'll be loved more in the telling of it. That's what one of my best friends used to say. I used to be in pastoral roles and all that stuff. One of our main mission goals that we used to pump out to all the young guys that we're following or that we were leading, whatever you call it. Create a place so safe that the worst of you can be known and you'll be loved more in the telling of it. I'm getting shivers right now just saying that because it rings true. It is incredibly powerful. When you develop those people around you, that small circle of friends, comfort in that, there's safety in that, there's growth in that. It is the healthiest thing that I think any man can do. I feel for any guy that doesn't have that, it sucks, man, because then you're walking all by yourself, you feel alone, and shit's already hard enough. And if you don't have brothers to lean on, to drag you through the mud, to pull you back when you get hit at the front lines. Shortly after this traumatic event happened for me, I texted one of my mentors, and in 2 messages, I felt a sense of peace. Just the things that he said, it was profound. We didn't go through tons of stuff. I kind of unloaded in text message form, and in 2 text messages, the things that he said just brought me incredible peace. Super, super awesome guy. I'm not gonna name drop all the names. Phenomenal guy. I love him, I respect him. He's been great for me as I grow into a better, kinder, stronger leader, person, business guy, all the things. Phenomenal guy. Strive to get great leaders and influencers speaking into your life. That's what I'm trying to say. Another mentor, later on in the evening, we video called. We talked for over an hour on the phone. The guy just like breathed so much life into me, just encouraged me like crazy. He's been through hard shit. We have very similar pathways of stuff, and it just like, I didn't even know that I needed to hear a lot of the things that he said. His words just, they spoke to the heart real deep. They spoke to my mind real deep. It was super encouraging. Gave me little tidbits of advice. Think about doing this, or think about doing this. This is good for this part, this is good for this. Like, and he gave me some very simple things as an older guy who's experienced lots of trauma in his own life. Gave me things that he's learned to think about, and he just said, this is probably what you need to do. I've been there, this is what I would do, this is what makes sense strategically, do that. So that was very helpful too. If you can find someone that is gonna be able to speak strategy to help you when you're in a crazy, intense, chaotic time, you're not always able to just be like, yeah, all right, this makes sense, I'm gonna do this. Nah, you're kind of freaking out. You need a strong pillar there to just help guide you. He's not telling me what to do, but he's like, this is what makes sense. Look at all this stuff, this is what makes sense. go towards that. Hence, I am back home. Thank you, sir. I appreciate you and I love you very much. Again, what I'm trying to say right now is be real with people. That will attract the type of people that you want in your life. I don't have mass amounts of respect for people that are making dumb videos for views. I don't want to tell them my life problems. I'm incredibly thankful for all the people in my community. My close circle of high quality friends shine their true colors in traumatic times. People that don't tell me I'm too soft or that I should suck it up and be a man. These people know when it's time for empathy and they know when it's time for the cold hard truth. 100%. The people that I called in the last 2 days, not a single one of them said, well, sucks to suck, man. Pick up your bootstraps and keep on trucking. No, they listened. They went, man, that sucks. I feel with you. I'm sorry. Let me know how I can help. Those are the people that you want speaking into your life. When you find them, keep them. Don't piss them off because they'll leave. You need them in hard times. We might have to write this one down at some point. The highest quality of men know how to use their words with precision. They know how to be empathetic. They know when to be harsh. That's a high quality man. With great power comes great responsibility. Your words have incredible power. You know when to speak cold hard truth, suck it up, pick up your boots. Oh man, that sucks. I'm sorry. Like, that is something that is super hard. I feel for you, man. Let me know how I can help. Powerful. So let's wrap it up. I'll leave you with this. I'm home right now to reset. I'm going to spend some time with my family. I got my dog here, reunited with my dog, my best friend. He's outside sniffing the bushes right now or something. I need to take a little bit of time to rebuild my mental health. Trauma kind of undoes a bunch of stuff. It's part of the story. Maybe one day we'll get into what all happened. Not right now. I have started working on my next step plan already. Now that I'm back here, I need to, what am I gonna do? How am I gonna proceed? All that stuff. So I have started planning that. I will be back down to Florida and maybe beyond in no time. That is the plan, hopefully. More equipped, more structured, more enthusiasm, more adventure! Stay tuned for what's gonna happen. We're probably gonna turn it into a YouTube show. We'll see. It's a lot of work, but as we know, I'm no stranger to hard work. I like hard work. It's pretty good. So we might try to do that. Love you guys. Thanks for being here. I sincerely wish all of you a great day. It's a great day to have a great day. Even if you're going through some hard stuff, find some people that are gonna love you, they're gonna lift you up, and they're gonna care about you when you go through some hard stuff. See you guys.